Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Lucid. We're going to start again in Garden of Good and Evil. It's turn 107. If you recall from last episode, I cast Utter Dark and won 2 critical battles turn after turn with Ryla, crushing his remaining 2 armies. So what I'm going to do now is try to get through the next turns expeditiously. I want to show you how the game ends, because I've now won the game. I won on turn 110, and I'm going to show you all the turns that led up to it. But there's not too much to say. Really, at this point, the game's won, and everything else is a formality. So, I cast Burden of Time. I'm not going to run through all the battles here. I'm just going to show you a few. So the army that broke here on top of this fort, it's moved over this way. It's going to make its way up the coast in this direction. Meanwhile, this army is going to bust out here. I probably could have skipped this and just marched forward. But we're sieging this and we're going to take it. There's a lot of troops inside, so it'll be nice to have those. I think there's 400 or 500 troops in this fort. So it'll be good to take the fort and kill them in case the game does stretch on. That way I won't have them popping out and harassing my backline. We were unsuccessful in taking this battle here, and it looks like Ryla has a bunch of people that are going to cast Undead Mastery. There it went, Undead Mastery. And so he actually is going to get more of my troops. He casts it twice. I'm kind of wondering how he did that. I think he only has one High Death Mage, this Lich. Though it's possible there's another one somewhere that I'm not seeing. Yeah, it could be he did it through the Communion. I don't know. It's possible. Anyway, yeah, he cast it twice, so you can see he's now augmented by my Undead Cavalry. We had a battle here. This is probably the remaining army of Ryla, and you can see I'm present in full force. He has this tiny little medium army, and they are about to be swallowed by my hordes. So, you can see Gift of Flight, or Mass Flight, and I swarm all over him, killed most of his mages. And the rest is really a formality. And to think that this is probably the hardest enemy army left on the board, that's really kind of signifying how over the game is. So, anyway, it's over. I didn't actually ask, hey, do you guys want to surrender now? Because the game has been going on for like 3 or 4 months. And I'd rather have them kind of suggest it rather than me. But, yeah. So... And the game's over in real time, so I'm kind of looking back on this reflectively. You know, he could have snuck out and done something. So, I'm going to be moving up armies here. With seeing this, the problem doing an attack into an army with Undead Mastery is, especially if you can cast it twice or thrice, I would probably still win, but I'm going to take heavy losses. Especially with penetration gear. So, and this is right near all of his stuff that is good. So getting to this throne may be difficult. What's going to be easier actually is just to pop this throne or that throne, and then in conjunction with taking this I should win, and then I'll take this from Nazca as a backup. So, that's the plan. Not too much to see really for the next few turns. I will show you... That was turn 107. Here's turn 108. Turn 108, we have a message from Ryla. You call that an invasion? Stop trying to hit me and hit me. I'm pretty sure you could have walked up and taken the thrones you needed any time during the last 10 to 30 turns. Sure, there would have been some issues if you rushed things, but excessive delays have been the hallmark of this long war. So, I think he's kind of given up now. Burden of Time is doing its thing. I'm storming the castle now. Really, I wasted it. There were a ton of troops inside. I wasted about 4 turns storming this. I really could have gone up and taken this throne. That would have been kind of probably more polite. We're going to move this army around. We probably could move it on top of here, but he'd probably kill it. So instead I'm going to raid this way. Meanwhile, our big armies are moving forward. I tried storming the castle here against Asphodel. It was unsuccessful. I'll show you that battle really quickly. I have a bunch of chaff. He has a few vampire lords in here. Or no, one vampire lord. And a few other things, but... So we killed the vampires, but he's spamming Banishment and Witherbones. My armies kind of melt. And yeah. So that is the end of that. But I've killed a lot of his chaff. If we look at the battle report for that... Oh, where are you? Actually, I didn't kill a lot of his chaff. I killed one Black Dryad and a Priest, which is helpful. And then I killed some of this stuff. Anyway, we're going to be storming with more, but this time I'm bringing Blessed troops. And they should be able to get through it, and then this guy can claim this throne the following turn. My Golem's going to wait until I can make a Flesh Eater, which will require slaves from this temple. And these armies are moving forward. There's another big army here. I believe Ryla has attacked here on top of me, and I've taken it back. I didn't show you that. He had moved this army back here and then moved it off. So that is that turn. And then finally we have turn 109. There are some more assassinations and whatnot. I don't think there's been a turn this game where I haven't gotten somebody assassinated. And yet I still win. So we're now getting very close. We're going to take that throne. Ryla's moved a few armies on top of here just for fun, I guess. We're going to be we've taken this fort. I'll show you this battle since there were a lot of dudes inside of it. I don't think they were equipped to do too much, but we'll see. So here is a huge swath of Nazcan troops. I think I lied when I said it was 500. It looks like it's a few thousand. Or at least 1,000. Maybe 1,800 or something like that. So, I've cast Mass Flight, so my guys are jumping in there. And his flyers have run across and they're now dying. I believe I'm going to put up Mist or Fog Warriors. There we go. There goes Fog Warriors. So now he's got a bunch of my Sacreds that are all mist formed, chewing through his chaff. There's a lot of chaff to chew through. And I'm going to pick up the game speed. I'm going to start skipping through turns. I don't want to spend a ton of time on the fight. We'll kind of watch this. You can see he's dropping Banishment. Anything else worth noting? Rigor Mortis is up, so that should fatigue out most of these mages. See, they're fatigued out, and they're not going anywhere now. So most of the spell spam is kind of stopped. It probably does not have an effect on his priests, on his Malaquis, which are undead. So they're going to continue dropping spells. So I'm going to continue fast forwarding, and you can see my armies are surrounding them. It's kind of hard to see. I'm going to zoom in here. And there they go. They're dead. So that was a big battle, kind of. You can see they suffered from not being able to put relief up. That's kind of what Rigor Mortis does if you don't have relief. So, what else? That's basically it for this turn, and then we're going to do the final turn. The final turn is turn 100. And we have another message from Ryla. I know that the most common mistake you can make in Dominions is to underestimate yourself and overestimate your opponents. So that's why I always fight on. My larger forces could never win when you fielded 2 battlefield spells that zapped fatigue, like Heat from Hell plus Rigor Mortis. I could beat one with relief, or when I had a huge advantage and could win quickly. But if you used Heat of Hell, Rigor Mortis, and any magic, my forces mashed in the center, and my mages fatigued out after a few rounds, and without my mages I could not deal damage to you. So after you got the counter to my SC spam, and could field some combat magic around turn 85, I lost army after army with few victories when you didn't field the right magics. We all have Nazca to thank for this debacle. He made me recast several globals, stole Gift of Health, and attacked me when I had a chance to take you. Honestly, I thought he just wanted the game to end, so he gave you the victory. But I guess he was misinformed, or you manipulated him. So, yeah, we'll talk about that. I'm going to do, my next episode is going to be an after-action review, where I kind of talk about generally the strategies and whatnot that were at play. So, this is basically it. At a macro level, I'm just sprawling out over the rest of the map. I'll have a Flesh Eater in a turn. And these armies will march forward and claim this throne. But offline, after this turn got sent, this is the last turn of the game. Everybody agreed I was going to win, and nobody really wanted to watch the final probably 4 turns. So anyway, this is how the game ended. The last few turns were kind of slow, but I'm actually glad we ended it, so I didn't have like 6 more slow turns to show you. But there were a few really big battles in the previous episode, where the final armies of Ryla were smote, and then Utter Dark was cast, so we couldn't replenish them. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching. It's been a really interesting Let's Play. I'm going to go ahead and do my after action review, so I'm going to call an end to this episode and I'm going to start recording that. Thanks.